Standard 7 relates generally to the educator's ability to effectively communicate and work with colleagues and others in the school community to best serve students' needs. The images here depict me collaborating with different individuals within the school community. In image 1, I am conversing with Barbara, the Social Studies Department Chair and teacher of the course that most, if not all, of my students will take next year. Barbara and I work together to ensure that the expectations I am providing for my students are rigorous and challenging enough to help push them to take the AP US History course next year. In image 2, I am conversing with Mike and Dan, the other two World Civilizations teachers at Padua. Together we work on common assessments and common classroom activities, in addition to ensuring that we are covering most of the same core content. In image 3, I'm conversing with several students about their thoughts and ideas on a recent project. Here, students give me feedback on both their ability to effectively complete the project and how I might change it in the future for more clarity and support. Pictured on this slide is the word layout format of a pamphlet about bibliotherapy that I created with collaboration from colleagues. For this assignment, I met with other social studies teachers, honors and AP teachers, and the school guidance counselor to help determine the main needs of our high-ability students at Padua. I then developed this pamphlet, which outlines bibliotherapy and how it helps high-ability students, in addition to suggesting books for use with bibliotherapy. I also outlined a number of ways to get involved with bibliotherapy and encouraged my colleagues to seek me out for guidance or support in this process. This pamphlet was then distributed to all staff at Padua Academy. Each of the elements present relate directly to Standard 7. Collaborating with next year's social studies teacher allows us to have common expectations for our students that relate to a high level of depth and rigor in content and content-related skills. It also allows for an easier transition for students into higher-level coursework next year. Collaborating regularly with the other World Civilizations teachers allows us to ensure that there is equity in the way students are being assessed and the type of questions that are being asked on assessments. Additionally, it allows us to ensure equity in the amount of knowledge and skill work students have received to prepare them for future courses to allow for a more level playing field. Collaborating with students is important because it allows them to take part in the learning process. It shows them that their input is important and allows me to use that input to better future lessons and assessments. The bibliotherapy pamphlet shows my ability to collaborate with colleagues to best benefit the appropriate needs of our students, and also allows me to take a leadership role in being a collaborative resource to my colleagues. Standard 7 has allowed me to reflect on my practices and on my relationships with those whom I collaborate with. Collaboration is important for several reasons. First, it keeps the teacher informed in regards to common practices, assessments, and student needs by discussing each of these with colleagues. This leads to better practices and assessments in that they are reinforced by colleagues and by student input to better serve their needs. This also leads to better peer relationships that are based upon mutual respect for and support of practices. All of these factors allow for myself and my colleagues to model effective teamwork for students so that they may use these same practices within their own learning community.